Which Catholic group has been condemned for heretical views and for rejecting the legitimacy of modern popes? Is it A, the Jesuits, B, the Legionnaires of Christ, C, the Society of St. Pius X, D, Opus Dei?
Oh, he's got none of these right.
Yeah,
and he doesn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Do we have to throw this one out? Because
No, we should leave it. I want your ignorance to be on full display as mine is.
What is a heresy? I don't know. I'm a non-denominational Christian. But do you know who does know and may or may not be guilty of a few? The two men stepping into today's intellectual arena, Michael Knowles and Matt Fradd. One of them has spent a life studying the writings of Aquinas, memorizing councils, and years with a dialect coach to develop a convincing Australian accent. The other has attempted the Bible in a year plan at least a dozen times and hasn't made it past 2 Kings. I won't say who's who, but today we will find out who really knows more about Catholic heresies. Here's how we play. I will read a question. Each podcaster will have 30 seconds to write down their answer. And in the end, the loser will be forced to give a 30-second commercial for the winner and admit that John Calvin had some good points. This is Face Off Heresy.
It's wonderful to be on my own show. I'm a little nervous, though, because last I checked, Mr. Fradd has his own Catholic AI company. Is that right, truthfully? So how do I know you're not just plugged in there pulling up all the answers?
Because I also believe that it's always immoral without exception to lie. And if you believe that, then I don't have anything pulled up.
Yeah, okay. All right, this is good.
Thank you. People should go check out Truthfully. It's like ChatGPT went through OCIA, got baptized, and is now the best evangelist. So check it out. Thank you for pointing that out.
Certainly. I hope that I get to light up a Pints with Aquinas cigar later. But for now, shall we turn to the resident heretic to ask the questions?
I think we should. I'm glad that Matt couched that he's always honest because he has a computer in front of him and can Google any of these questions.
Yeah.
But I will
so long as my hands aren't by the keyboard. By the way, I'm going to fail this. I literally asked before we click record, what is this on? So I haven't spent much time. Here we go. Go for it.
That'll level out the playing field. Okay.
Matt, if it makes you feel better, win or lose, you do have the better oil painting on your set. Hands down, your painting does look more impressive than Michael's. So,
are you sure?
Unless you're an iconoclast. Come on. Sorry.
Wow. All right. It's starting out strong.
Too soon.
All right, here we go. First question. What's the bone most often broken by heretics?
What does that even mean?
I don't understand.
I got to write that down.
Means. What is the bone broken by heretics? Do
we have to write this on our board?
Yes. 10 seconds. You have to write something quick.
I got no idea. I got nothing.
And time.
It's some play on like orthopedics or something.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. The word we're looking for is the blasphemer. The
blasphemer. No, that's the bone that constitutes the heretics. The bone that the heretic breaks is like some play on orthodoxy.
Listen, you're not an expert on rules. The question was what it was, and you guys are both starting 0-0. So here we go.
This is not
with
good.
the next question, gentlemen. Dial it in. If someone claims Jesus is a creation of God and therefore distinct from God, what heresy are they guilty of? Is it A, Nestorianism, B, modalism, C, Docetism, D, Arianism?
Oh, I can't show him. Can I?
No, don't show it yet. Don't show it yet. Brad, don't do it.
I can't read. I don't have my glasses on.
I just want Michael to write down.
I'm ready. I wrote it.
I feel pretty confident that Brad's got this one.
This is the easiest of the early church heresies. Come on,
all right,
don't
Fradd,
even pretend.
Why don't you show the audience first then?
It's Arianism. Right?
It's Arianism.
What is Nestorianism? I know that was the one that Muhammad encountered. I think that one actually started Islam, but I forget exactly what that one is.
Well, I can teach you right now, but it might be a future question.
It might be a question. You're right. Hold off on it.
It may be. Number 2. When was the last official execution for heresy? And this is closest without going over. Give me the year.
Oh my gosh.
Last year. The official. Because there were some,
I have no
wild
idea.
priests that may have done a thing or two, but official. What year was it?
I mean, I'm just going to guess. How's that?
Closest without going over. So remember the rules. Closest without going over.
All right. And here's, official by who? The state?
Yep.
Oh, shoot. The state or the church?
It's not the church. Where does one begin and the other end? That's the question.
You make a great point.
All right. You ready?
All right, Knowles, what do you got?
I say 1609.
I said 1452 for no reason except it was a blind shot in the dark.
Michael, that was very impressive. It was 1612.
Yes! I almost said 1611, and I don't know why, but I was like, let me go. Who was it?
Edward Whiteman was the last person executed for heresy in England.
Let's go.
In 1612.
Ah, right.
Yeah. I did have
By
England
who?
in my
The
mind.
church?
Let's go.
Yeah,
Not the
England. I thought
church.
for sure it'd be like in Italy or something, but
Yeah.
no, England.
The Italians are pretty chill, actually. They don't. The mob kills people, but the church
I disagree.
and the state, they don't.
I've driven through Rome. It was anything but chill.
Yeah, they're all frenetic. They're just not really doing anything. Yeah.
All right. Number 3. Which heresy claims that Jesus was only a non-divine man who was later adopted as the Son of God by the descending Spirit? Is it A, Ebonism, B, Adoptism, C, Audanism, D, Unitarianism? A lot of isms.
All right.
Wasn't it like in the name?
Let's go,
Yeah, that's
Michael.
what I was thinking. You could have been a little bit
Yeah,
more.
B is adoptionism.
The correct answer is B, Adoptism.
Okay. It's Your pronunciation of these heresies,
Adoptionism.
by the way, is really funny.
It's
'cause
so
he's a
hard
heretic.
reading these things off as a Protestant who's never been aware of any of these. Like, it's very hard to actually
You just
pronounce.
believed them. Yeah. I mean, you haven't been aware of them. You've just held them. More heresies in a moment. First, though, if you want to get the latest news and if you want to understand what the news actually means, come check out and subscribe to The Michael Knowles Show every weekday at noon Eastern. I will take you beneath the surface of daily political events to reveal their historical, philosophical, even religious roots. Catch it Monday through Friday at noon Eastern. Now, back to Face Off, Heresies with Matt Fradd.
All right, number 4. Which militant heretical group rejected property, demanded all debts be canceled, and glorified martyrdom? Is it A, the Donastists, B, Albigensians, C, Circumcillians, or D, Democrats?
I think I have
All
it.
right. I think I got it.
All right, what do you have?
Was it the Albigensians?
The correct answer is C, the Circumcillians.
Circumcillians, huh?
yeah.
I've never heard of them.
Those
Yeah.
pesky Circumcillians.
Because the Albigensians also were militant and pro like death and
Yeah.
sort of commies. Yeah, interesting. I kind of want partial credit for that. I mean, I don't care. I guess I was canceled out, but I think that would also describe the Albigensians.
Maybe.
Well, the
We'll see.
Albigensians were dualists. They were also known as the Cathars, weren't
The
they?
Cathars,
So
yeah.
they were big into poverty and ascetical practices. And that's actually why the Dominicans and Franciscans arose
Well, you know the
as
difference.
a sort of response to them.
Matt, you know the
No.
difference between, do you know the similarities and differences between the Jesuits and the Dominicans?
Okay, I'm thinking this is a joke. No.
Oh, well, they're both orders of the Catholic Church, both Spanish or founded by Spaniards, Spanish orders, Saint Dominic and Saint Ignatius of Loyola. But they're both founded to combat heresy. The Dominicans founded to combat Albigensianism. The Jesuits founded to combat Protestantism. But you know the difference between the orders?
What's the difference?
When's the last time you ever heard of an Albigensian?
That's good. I heard that actually from Peter Kraft now that you
Did
bring it
you?
up. That's good. Yeah.
Did I miss something? I don't get it.
Anyway, we'll be here all night. Tip your waitress.
Anyway, all right, number 5. Which early Jewish Christian sect claimed Jesus was the Messiah but not divine and insisted on following the Mosaic law? Is it A, the Marcionites, the B, the Sadducees, C, Ebionites, D, Nestorians?
Okay. Are you ready?
I think that was Ebiotism.
fast.
Is that Ebiotism?
Yeah.
The correct answer is C, the Ebionites.
Ebonite?
Right.
I thought it was Ebiotism.
According to whatever translation
Ebonites?
this is, Ebionites.
Like ebony?
But I mean,
Like
that's
black
correct.
people?
I mean, that's the right.
Yeah, okay. All right.
That's the sect of people, though, not like their ism. That was like the sect of people.
Yeah, who are you talking about, those people? Okay.
It's the Jesuits. All right. Number 6. Which heresy affirmed Jesus as Savior but rejected the Hebrew Bible and described the Old Testament God as a lesser, wrathful deity? Is it A, Docetism, B, Ebonism, C, Marcionism, D, Adoptism?
And at some point, I'd like a score count because I'm pretty sure he's winning. You ready?
We can do that.
That would be Marcionism. C.
That is correct.
Yep.
C, Marcionism. And can we get a score count from the control room? Knowles 5, Fradd 4. This is getting close, gentlemen.
Neck to neck.
Whoa. All right.
If only you had the blasphemer. we'd
Yeah,
be
the
tied.
blasphemer. Yeah, I really want to challenge that one. But anyway.
Number 7. Which heresy rejected both the divinity and messiahship of Jesus while adhering to Old Testament law? Is it A, Gnosticism, B, Arianism, C, Manichaeism, D, Rabbinic Judaism?
And this is the one that gets us fired from the Daily Wire. Okay, that's fine. Would that be D, Rabbinical
I just
Judaism?
wrote Ben Shapiro.
I will take either. It is Rabbinic Judaism.
Do
D.
we call it would you call Judaism a heresy?
According to Google Heresies,
Doesn't a
that's
heresy
technically-
deviate from the religion? So like, you could call Islam a heresy because it deviates, like it's founded because Muhammad meets an Nestorian. But for the rabbinic Jews, if they never believed in any kind of Christianity in the first place, would they be heretics or just infidels?
That's what it said. It said it was a heresy.
Yeah.
All right, number 8. In what year did the Roman Empire criminalize heresy through the Edict of Thessalonica?
Yeah.
This is the closest without going over again.
All right,
I believe it's
closest
pronounced, not to
without-
be pedantic, I think it's pronounced Thessalonica, right? Or am I, look, maybe you're right, I don't know.
All right, I don't know, but I'm gonna guess. So
Well, Michael's
Whenever
on a
we're
guessing
ready.
hot streak with this whole
I'm going to
closest thing.
say,
I was gonna say 300.
I said 315.
Oh, he's such a savage. It's 380.
Come on.
Yeah, let's
Oh.
go, baby. Oh.
380.
You know why? I figured it had to be after the Edict of Milan, which legalizes Christianity.
Oh,
And
yeah,
what was
Milan.
that? That was like 311 or something, 313, something like that. Wow, let's go, baby. Oh, man.
Just running away with it. Brad's got to
in.
catch up here.
Yeah, all right.
I'm trying to think of my 30-second advertisement. I know it's coming.
It's gonna be blank. It's gonna be speechless.
All right, number 9. What was Priscillian, who was the first Christian executed for heresy by the Roman officials, officially condemned for in 386? Was it A, denying the Trinity, B, practicing sorcery, C, teaching Pelagianism, D, desecrating sacraments?
See, my problem is when the name doesn't line up with the heresy, I'm out of luck. Is it
A?
B?
The correct answer is B, practicing sorcery. Fradd gets
See,
one
I
step.
knew that.
practice
I was
sorcery,
completely
Priscillian?
convinced the whole time.
Wow. But
Score-
practicing
score count.
sorcery,
He's still up one.
sorcery isn't heresy. Sorcery, right? Sorcery is bad and sacrilegious, but it's not a heresy.
Also, it has nothing
He was
to
a
do with
Christian who
jokes.
was doing it, so I think that's...
Blasphemer. We
This is-
began with blasphemer. I feel like we can't hold him too strictly to the...
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. This is in the League of Blasphemer. All right, well, it's getting closer.
All right, here we go. If someone denies church teaching unknowingly, what classification of heretic are they? No multiple choice for this.
Yeah, all right. I'm ready.
I think we have some Catholics at the office that cling to this one. As long as I don't know,
yeah.
I'm good.
It's quite a lot of things he's writing there.
Hopefully he's making a joke about the person we're thinking of.
Ready?
Yeah. What do you got, Fradd? Is that material heretic?
Yeah.
Mike, what do you have?
I said a venial sinning heretic, venial, not moral, but slash anyone who was catechized in the 80s or 90s.
Well, that was clever, but it's not right. It is actually material heretic. Wow. Yeah, we are tied up, gentlemen.
Yikes.
Yes, finally.
Yikes. I guess you're right, because it's not all material heretics were catechized in the 80s or 90s, but all people who were catechized in the 80s or 90s have been material heretics. Okay. All right.
Here's the way I remember it. Here's a bit of catechesis with a mnemonic device. So you've got the distinction between material heresy and formal heresy. So with material heresy, you have the material you need to then later be perhaps formed into a serious heresy.
Wow, that's good.
I don't know if that helps anybody.
Okay. All right. No, I'll take that.
I'm sure it helps somebody. Maybe it'll help
Don't
you
know
with
who.
this one. Number 11. Which Catholic group has been condemned for heretical views and for rejecting the legitimacy of modern popes? Is it A, the Jesuits, B, the Legionnaires of Christ, C, the Society of St. Pius X, D, Opus Dei?
Oh, he's got none of these right.
Yeah,
and he
that's
doesn't
actually
even
all
realize
wrong.
it.
Yeah. Should we write the real group? Or like...
Yeah, we could write the real group, but it's none of them.
Do we have to throw this one out? Because we
No, we should leave it. I want your ignorance to be on full display
had
as
some-
mine is.
some crackpot researchers that have really dug into Catholic heresies since the 80s when I was catechized.
Yeah, hold on.
I mean, I
Okay,
guess
so-
you could call these people not even not heretics, but at least sedevacantists
Yeah,
would
the
be.
sedevacantists are the
would be
real
in
answer.
schism.
Now I say right,
Sedevacantists?
and some who knows? I mean, some of them maybe you could I guess in principle accuse some of them of heresy, but the one I guess you were going to say SSPX, but they're just canonically irregular, Mr. Davies.
Well, that is actually the abbreviation that we had for it, and that is correct. If we can scroll back till I see the name again, it was answer was C, the Society of St. Pius X, SSPX.
That's incorrect. Is the problem?
You lose a point.
You're wrong about that. But
Hold up. Can we pull up Truthfully real quick and double check this?
Yeah,
'Cause
we
I don't know.
don't need Truthfully for that one. The thing is, though, you tried to trick us with that first answer because the trick, of course, is that the Jesuits have never been formally condemned for their heresies. So that was out there. And no, SSPX, whatever problems there are, they're canonically irregular, we say. And some accuse them of being schismatic, but it's controversial. But it's the Sedes that you wanted to say.
Can we
We've
double check
already
that in the
upset
control
the
room?
Jews. We don't need to upset the trads either.
Yeah. You don't need to check it, Ben, I can assure you. Because
I
Fradd
even
told
threw out
you.
a couple of these because it was like that where it's like, oh, it was just not officially condemned. This was like the one that it would said like it was heretical.
Yeah, you should delete that, whatever website you were on.
You should use Truthfully.
You should use Truthfully. Right now, go to hallow.com/Knowles. I want to share something special with you as we move from Lent into Easter. You know how Lent was all about fasting and reflection? Well, Easter is our time to rejoice and remember that Christ died and rose for us. Hallow has put together this amazing Easter program with Sister Miriam James Heidland, Father John Burns, and even Liz Tabish. You know, the actress who plays Mary Magdalene in The Chosen. Also, Kevin James is part of it too. They're all exploring this beautiful spiritual book called Interior Freedom by Father Jacques Philippe. The program is designed to help you experience true freedom in your everyday life. Every day, you'll learn practical ways to let go of those external things that weigh you down and discover the peace that comes from trusting God more deeply. It is perfect for continuing those prayer habits you worked so hard to build during Lent. Just a few minutes each day for reflections, prayers, and meditations that really connect with the joy of Easter. Hallow is not just for Easter. We've got thousands of prayers, meditations, even music to help you build that daily prayer habit and grow closer to God. Download it today. We're offering 3 months totally free. Hallow.com/Knowles for this exclusive offer.
All right, number 12. Which pope once declared heretics to be worse than Muslims? Was it A, Pope Innocent III, B, Pope Urban II, C, Pope Gregory IX, D, Pope Benedict IX?
Yeah,
I like how
don't know.
you've turned Urban II, who's very based and declares the First Crusade, into a kind of more posh, nice version when he's Pope Urban. You know, that's like his.
It rolls off the tongue.
It's like urban in the day, and then urbane at the cocktail party. You know,
You tell me when you're ready, and we'll flip this bad boy around.
kind of torn on two, but I don't know. I said B.
The answer is C, Pope Gregory
Who
IX.
said Gregory the Ninth?
What'd you have, Fradd?
He
I
said
had the same as him. I know I had a C. I had C. No, I had B. Yeah.
What was that you said about the immorality of flying under all
Lying.
circumstances? Hold on.
Sorry, only when it doesn't benefit me. I should have added that last time.
Was Gregory the Ninth? Like, I'm wondering if Urban II was the First Crusade, obviously to go slay all the Saracens, but then was Gregory the Ninth like the Cathar Crusade or something? When you're saying, actually, we've got enough heretics here that we need to crusade against, or I don't know. I don't remember.
I didn't even get the answer right, so I got nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Darn. I was really leaning for a while that way. Okay. Never mind.
Oh.
Next one.
I haven't been following you the entire time.
Yeah. It's okay.
But I think we are still tied going down the home stretch.
Yikes.
Oh. Here we go. 13. Which heresy did the Catholic Church launch the Albigensian? This is going to kill me. For which heresy did the Catholic Church launch the Albigensian Crusade to suppress? Is it A, Montanism?
Maybe the Albigensian.
I think it was Albigensianism. I'm no scholar.
A, Montanism. B, Donatism. C, Catharism. Or D, Nestorianism. So
right.
sorry, gentlemen.
I got it.
Yeah,
You can't get over that.
your
We both got it.
emphasis, Mr. Benjamin, is quite interesting, but it would be Catharism.
It is Catharism. C.
Also known as
Albigensianism.
Albigensianism. Yeah.
I had no idea. It's way easier when you put it that way. I had no idea those two words were connected. All right, 14. What was the heresy introduced by Gottfried Thomasius that claimed Jesus gave up some divine attributes in his incarnate state? Is it A, mortalism, B, kenosis, C, humanic Christianity, D, removism?
Yeah.
Ready?
Humanic Christianity sounds very 19th century, so I'm going with that.
Y'all are both wrong. It's B, kenosis.
I thought that's what happens when you stop eating carbs. Isn't that? You're like,
shouldn't
my
have been
body's
funny.
in kenosis.
Doesn't kenosis mean knowledge? In
Couldn't
Greek?
tell you.
And if it does, what does that have to do with? I wonder. Well, this is something for me to look up later. Thank
We
you
should
for
look this
educating me.
all up on Truthfully to double
Definitely.
check.
Yes.
Obviously. Yeah.
All right. This is the final question, gentlemen.
Yikes.
Are we is this a draw so far?
I think it's a draw.
It is. Double check.
Okay. All right.
So is it possible for us to draw, or will you give us a bonus question so one of us can win?
There will be a bonus question,
Okay.
so someone can win.
Okay. All right.
All right. Queen Mary I of England, known as Bloody Mary, launched a campaign to purge heresy from England after her false pregnancies, which she considered, quote, God's punishment for tolerating heretics. How many heretics were burned at the stake during her reign? This is an estimation.
Not enough. That's how many.
Closest without going over.
Oh, come on. Oh,
Oh, we have to end on one of these too. Sorry, Matt. And this is an estimation, but we'll just go with this number.
I'm waiting to see how much his pen moves before I know what I'm going to do. Oh my gosh.
These are all really.
He's
difficult,
really
so-
good at these guesses, you know?
Yeah, he loves the closest without going over thing.
All right, I'm just going to pick a ridiculous number, hoping that he went too high. All right?
All right, Michael, what do you have? Was it ridiculous?
It wasn't ridiculous. It was reasonable and modest.
What did
I
you
think.
put?
I said 90.
Oh, crap. Okay, I put 1,000.
1,000?
1,000. The massacre, Mary. The correct
Well, go
answer
on.
is 280.
Let's
on.
go! Oh, man, right at the
Well
finish
done.
line. Well,
Well-
based on no knowledge. That was just a guess based on how numbers work. Wow.
Story of your life, yeah?
Whoa.
Well,
Wow.
Michael, soak it in for a moment. However, if you wish, since this is a gentleman's game, you
Yeah,
can
I don't. I don't at all wish to do a double or nothing. No,
You can
I just
go.
want to win.
risk it all, double or
Yeah,
nothing
no,
on a
I'm
bonus
good.
question.
Yeah,
Thanks anyway.
double or nothing.
I do have a story for you though about Queen Mary, which is I looked this up one time because on one side I'm Italian and Catholic, Irish Catholic too, but on one side I'm super WASP in English and like the Mayflower cigar side, and so I was trying to figure out if there was a chance that I was a direct descendant of Sir Francis Knowles. Sir Francis Knowles, who was keeper of the Privy Purse, who was the imprisoner of Mary, Queen of Scots, and who mocked St. Edmund Campion on the scaffold and demanded that he renounce the Pope. But instead of that, following this line of like really royal, well-educated people, I think instead, the last Knowles I can trace was a mariner in New Hampshire and very likely illiterate.
You win some, you lose some.
Man, I won that. I won some.
You did.
Let's go,
Well done.
baby. No, Mr. Fradd, I have to admit, going into this, I was a little nervous because you have much more religious knowledge than I do. But what I didn't count on is all the random number questions. So anyway, thank you, Ben. I appreciate that. And for your marvelous pronunciation of all of the heresies.
Michael, to the victor goes the spoils, even though, it wasn't exactly a gentleman's way to do it or win it. So, Mr. Fradd, would you please give us a 30-second commercial for the Michael?
All right. Set timer for 30 seconds.
Thank you, truthfully.
I mean, my goodness. I mean, Michael Knowles, he's not sure if Ben Shapiro is a heretic or not. He hasn't made up his mind. He leans towards no. He's a wonderful guy. He's got a great line of cigars. And he's got hair.
Yeah, hold on. You got like 20 more seconds. Are
He's
you all
got,
out?
He's got he's got a couple of eyeballs, and it's all held together with like a face, and there we go. That's time.
That was
The worst.
You wouldn't even get in there that I would happily call Ben an infidel. I can't. That's terrible. All right. Well, it's a plug is a plug.
Well, that was absolutely beautiful and heartfelt, Matt. And there you have it. And if you haven't already, please go subscribe to Pints of Aquinas on YouTube. Grab a copy of How to Be Happy, St. Thomas's Secret to a Good Life, available wherever books are sold, and download the new Catholic AI app, Truthfully, in the App Store. And please post in the comments who we should have next and what topic to cover in the next episode of Face Off.